I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Boom shakalaka!
You have a fact.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
Sir, I will carry my Baileys all day long. I do not need to put it down. Good morning, everyone.
Target locked. Ready to fire.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It is Wednesday, November 26th, and will we get a Bitcoin pump this year on Thanksgiving? I don't know. It depends. Are you going to be trying to sell your grandma Bitcoin at this level, or are you gonna tell her, just wait, grandma, just wait, and you can get Bitcoin later on? I don't know. Good morning. Is my clock wrong? No, it's. We started early because Alex O ended early, so I wanted to be over here to catch the Otter Gang. He tossed the Otter Gang, and I was like, oh crap, and then I had to run catch it, So I'm here for the Otter Gang a little bit early, but good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Market Report. Looking at the chart, we got a little chop, guys. Lots of chop right here. Right above the 786, got a little VWAP going here. Maybe get some bounce off that. Who knows? But we're going to talk about what does Bitcoin look like over Thanksgiving and what happens afterwards. We're also going to look at the 4-year cycle on that, see how that looks. Look at the crypto bubbles, seeing a little bit of red here. We were all green. You saw it was all green a second ago. Turning red here as the market open happened, giving us this pullback on the hourly. Don't scout this weekend. Just go long. Top 4 crypto. Lewis, go. Snowboard Utah says. So appreciate everyone joining us here, guys. We're going to get into all this and break it all down. You guys know what time it is. Class is in session. Let's get it. I love that it works now. We at least got that going for us, right? Good morning, guys. Brought to you by Chart Prime, as always. They have a Black Friday sale. I'm just do the shill real fast. That's it. Get out of here. They have a Black Friday sale going on at Chart Prime. BF50 for the code to get 50% off. It's better than my code. So, and I'm going to try to save you money, not, worry about you using my affiliate link. So just go check out Chart Prime if you want it. Right now, they got a Black Friday sale going on. They got a bunch of stuff going on. But BF50, get 50% off. Let's go jump in on the chart real fast. Talk about what we're seeing over there. That's not a chart. I know. It's okay. Let's get at the chart here, guys. We are getting a chop sideways here. Chop City, as Alex O called it a little while ago. Chop City. And I got to go in and smash the like button on my own stream because, how can I ask people for likes if I don't do it myself? But what I'm watching here is I actually think that we might get a little pump up off of this going into Black Friday or going into Thanksgiving. We'll talk about what it normally looks like. Even in 2021, right at the market top, by the way, we got a little pump up, about a 4% move to the upside. Let's see here, 4% move from this range here. Yeah, it put us about to 0.66, a little bit under. I think we could do that this year. But I'm watching for us to hit that level of previous resistance here and get a third knockdown. If we don't make it up there, guys, and we fall below, we do have a VWAP coming in here from this low over here. Maybe get a bounce catch on that. But if we lose that, very likely going to head back down to that $80,200 range. Something else that I'm watching on Nvidia today, guys. Yesterday, I talked about dynamic reactor coming in, platinum pocket 887. Look at our perfect bounce on that bad boy. Perfect. We shot up and opened this morning higher to the 618. Now we are rejecting off the Bravo 9 here. We're rejecting out of the cloud and that 618 level. So I think we're going to get a little bit more pullback here to close this gap. I would watch for 177 $177.77 to be the bounce level of closing that gap. Because we gap down, gap up. That's what we do, right? On stocks, especially. So I would be watching for 177.77 and then see if we get that move up to push through the Bravo 9 cloud. If we do get that, then great. I think Nvidia still has more to give. We got an article we're going to go over today also. Let's jump over to the chat and then we'll get into the news. Who all we got in here? We got all set in here. Axe 221. Alexandra G. Good morning, pretty lady. She's a wonderful lady, and we love her. We've got Blackie Chan in here. That's AKA BC Port Corp. Alexandra G. The mod queen in here with us. Loco for Crypto. Snowboard Utah. JR. Our community trader, man, doing some great stuff over there. Got his computer out in low work hours, so he's absolutely ready to crank out some trades. Good morning to you, brother. CJ Taylor, I saw him earlier. That's my bro. That's my actual my blood brother. So shout out to Clyde. And then Shops in here. At least pour me one. He wants the Baileys. You want a shot of Baileys or you want a shot of the Bitcoin whiskey up on my shelf up there? Oh, wait, we can't open that until we're at $1 million. Sorry. Okay. Shout out to everybody else. There's a lot of people in here. I see Dave Brumbelow in the house with us. I'm pretty sure there's some Billy Goat Tales team in here. So appreciate everybody. Let's go jump in on the news and see how that's looking here today. We got some data this morning that came in, some economic macro data. You know, I like my macro, macro and cheese. Macro and cheddar. Hey, I like it. All right. Let's go jump in on the news and take a look at what we got over here. Looking at Into the Cryptoverse. First off, we want to get in on the chart here. Yep, we got audio. We're on the right thing. We're looking good. We're good. I just wanted to make sure when I don't have OC with me to go, hey, Piper, you're not showing anything. You know, hey, it is what it is. So my son's getting ready to go to work. Have a good day at work, son. Later. So looking at the crypto market cap right now, total crypto market cap coming in right now at $2.997 trillion. The trend on this at 4.7. We're currently undervalued about 36.47%. What else we got here? Let's go look at some more charts. I want to look at the wristbands, currently sitting at about 407. We've been in this range of 407 for a hot minute, guys. And I just want to show you historically over the past year and a half, when we hit into these bands of the fours, we caught bottoms. Now that doesn't mean that, hey, we can't continue lower and be in a bear market, right? But it does give you a little bit of hope. I mean, if we go back here and look at what happened last cycle, we came in, we hit that level, and it took a while before we hit that 4 band, but it was a bottom here in May of 2021. And then we went up to our new all-time high, right? Came in just slightly above the previous peak that we had. We hit the 4s though, coming down out of that, and then we went into the 3 level, and we've almost hit the 3 level this cycle, meaning 4x DCA. I'm watching that. This is giving me a little bit of hope that we don't break the 4 level. We did hit the 3 level on the 22nd, so 4 days ago, given that 4x DCA. But I'm watching this closely. If we start to go into some teals, the teal colors here, some of the bluish greens, the aquas, if you will, then obviously we'll adjust our bullish spectrum there. But right now I am seeing a little bit of hope on that chart there. What else we got? Anything else in here that I want to talk about? Yeah, alt season index. Alt season index right now coming in. There we go. 37.78 points on this alt season index. Currently neither Bitcoin nor altcoin season, meaning you should be focusing on big winners. Nothing here is indicating that it's time to grab alts up yet. At 37 out of 75, it takes 75 to become alt season. I would be focusing on Bitcoin if you're not just focusing on dry powder. So looking at X marks the spot today, we do have the fear and greed index coming in at 15 right now, sitting in extreme fear. Bitcoin funds, and I want to talk about this because this is pretty interesting. Bitcoin funds just saw unprecedented outflows. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs have seen about 3.55 billion in net outflows so far in November, on track for the largest monthly outflow in history. This is almost in line with the previous monthly record seen in February at $3.58 billion. This also marks the fifth monthly outflow since the start of 2024. It's the largest Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, has led the outflows and experienced a record $2.2 billion in redemptions month to date. Is capitulation near in crypto? It is possible. I think it's about time that we at least get a relief rally. And I think that there's a good possibility it could come on the back of everyone assuming that we're going to get a rally in Thanksgiving and then get a sell-off. And I'll show you why they would think that. If we look back at 2021, it's on the chart. It's clear as day. And so I think that's what's going to be the thing to watch is on Friday. Now, keep in mind, Friday, guys, Thursday, obviously the markets are closed. It's Thanksgiving. But when you look at Friday, we're only in for a half day of market open. So they're going to close at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got only low volume is what I'm expecting to see in the TradFi world, which means we'll probably have low volume. A lot of people traveling, spending time with family, this and that. Low volume on the crypto makes it very easy to manipulate. And I would not be surprised to see that because we're sold off so much right now from the top on October 6th, that we get a relief rally. And I'll talk about those levels that I'm watching too. Why do people compare 2021 to 2025 so much? Bob Franklin, it's based on the 4-year cycle. And if that many people are following the 4-year cycle, whether it's broken or not, we have to assume that 4-year cycle prices will play out. If you need me to explain the 4-year cycle for you, I can, not a problem. Just let me know in the chat and just say, yeah, no, I understand it, or yes, I don't understand it. Explain it to me. You let me know, man. We're here to help. That's what we do at Piper Academy. So no stupid questions. The only dumb questions at Piper Academy are questions you don't ask. Look, Blackie Chan, member for 18 months. Can you look at stock SYM again, sir? Yeah, we'll look at it again. You got to give me time, though. You may have to remind me at the end of the show. Past 24 hours, we had 97,943 traders liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $225.17 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on Hyperliquid. It was a Bitcoin trade for a cool $4.3 million. How's TradFi looking today? Let's give it a refresh. Refreshy fresh. There we go. There we go. U.S. market, Dow Jones right now up about 0.46%. S&P's up about 0.57%. Both of them around that 0.5% up. Are you Army Piper? I am Army Piper. That's me. I am Army Piper. There is no other. NASDAQ up about 0.5% also. Russell 2K is up about 1/3%. The volatility index down about 3.66%. We're getting into slower volume. Oh, okay. The 4-year cycle is not. It's valid until it invalidates. That's my opinion. And as of right now, we haven't seen anything that's invalidated it. So, is it possible that it doesn't exist and we just had a coincidental 3 cycles in the row that's played out almost to the day? Sure, that's absolutely possible because it takes things. It usually takes about 17 to 22 times before you have a trend, and we've only had 3. So very possible, but until it invalidates, we have to assume that it is more likely to validate. So but yeah, I'll show the dates on that and why I think it's possible. It's plausible, at least I'll say. Those words have meaning. Looking here at gold, guys. Gold dropped down just slightly. It was green most of the morning, down about 0.1%. $4,135 per ounce right now. Silver sitting at 51.57 and up 1% today. Yeah, TradFi looks good if you bought selective stocks. TradFi looks good if you just simply had the top 10. There's a chart out there that was absolutely nuts that I was watching on FX Evolution, talking about the rest of the S&P 400 versus the top 10. And it says, we're doing great and we're in a recession. So it's a pretty interesting chart. Copper up about 1.28%, platinum up about a little over 4%, and palladium up about 0.4% there. Let's go look at Nvidia shares. Nvidia shares hit by a report on new AI chip competition, which Google came out and said, hey, look, we're likely going to use our own chips for this. Nvidia also retorting back. They had a reply back on X about that they are a generation ahead on chips. So competition for Nvidia's crown and the artificial intelligence is ramping up, but analysts aren't too worried for now. Nvidia has been battered this month, losing more than 13% as investors grow weary of elevated tech valuations. If that loss stands, it would mark the stock's biggest monthly pullback since September 2022, when it plunged 20%. Shares fell another 4% on Tuesday after the information reported, citing sources. Meta Platforms was considering using Google's, which is Alphabet, their TPUs, their tensor processing units for its data centers. This comes as hyperscalers are beginning to explore alternatives to NVIDIA's graphics GPUs, and that stock list that we put out for everybody for the data center plays. If you remember, the very bottom one was the hyperscalers, and that was Meta in there, Google was in there. So we do have exposure in our stock list to these stocks, which is why we put them in there, because NVIDIA's not going to necessarily be automatically by default the winner of the chip world. There are some other plays, and that would be Meta and Google. That's why we put them on the list. TPUs are application-specific chips, or ASICs, and often more power efficient compared to the GPUs that NVIDIA puts out. Analysts aren't taking the news as an immediate hit to NVIDIA, as the chip maker is still the market leader for GPUs. And of course, their comment back, NVIDIA on Twitter, they made the comment that, look, our chips can do anything in the AI space, not just specific stuff like the ASICs. And so then that they're a generation ahead. So to that end, we still think the question of ASICs or GPU kind of misses the point. Right now, the real question should really be, is the opportunity in front of us still big, or is it not? As hopefully we are not yet in a mature, saturated market for AI hardware. And in other words, it's still the size of the pie that matters. If it's both big, both GPU and ASIC could thrive. And he's absolutely right. That's why we put Google and Meta on there, because we do think that they're going to take a chunk of the market for very specific AI calculations that can use the TPUs versus the GPUs. So, but yeah, they're talking about right now, NVIDIA's trading at 25 times the market multiple, essentially valuing the company as another run-of-the-mill franchise, which we disagree. Aria said in Tuesday's note, but Avgo, there you go, certainly has the upper hand. We expect 100% year-over-year AI sales growth into the year 2026 due to additional TPU and Anthropic products. So I don't know, guys. I think having a little bit of diversity there on either side of that chip war is going to be where you want to have your exposure at. But as of right now, I am thinking that NVIDIA is going to get a bounce. And it is still up 1.05% right now today, despite the pullback. So shout out to Munchies joining the alumni. Welcome. Make sure you go join the Discord, get access to the Piper plan, the DCA plan, and get access to everything that you need. We got some good traders over there. We got a lot of stock stuff over there. Blackie Chan always doing TradFi and stock stuff in that sector. So looking at the crypto bubbles, guys, Bitcoin up on the daily now about 0.2%. Ethereum is up about 1.2%. Big movers, XRP down 0.8%. BNB up 2.1%. Do we have anything that really moved? Hyperliquid, guys, again, Hyperliquid, decentralized exchange, the more that they have fees build up, the more hype they buy, Hyperliquid token. And so we're seeing that again, up 4.5% today, also moving up 2 spots to number 12. So interesting to see. Chainlink is up 1.4%. Monero, privacy token play, up 6.4%. Where's Zcash? Well, yeah, Zcash. There it is. Zcash flat today. Stellar Lumens is up about 2.2%. That Monero up 6.4%. Litecoin HBAR, Litecoin flat. HBAR up about 0.4%. And that rounds out our top 20. Any other big movers? Let's take a look here. Cruising. Asters down 5.3%. And Pi Network garbage up 5.5%. There we go. That's about all we got today on that. Let's go into the economic calendar, talk about this data that came out this morning. We got Durable goods today, we got a new interest rate. Look, 6.4% for a mortgage rate. They cut rates, mortgages go up. I love it. It's based on the 10-year. That's why. Durable goods orders came in this morning. It was at 0.3 or 3%. I mean, actually, it was 2.9. They revised it up to 3%. Consensus was out to be 3%. Forecasted to be 2. Came in much higher at 5%. This is showing growth of manufacturing and demand. So it could feed into inflation because supply and demand are two factors in that. But we are seeing demand increase again right now. Durable goods order. Keep in mind, this is September, not October. We're in November. It's lagging data. But back then, also in September, we had 0.4 on durable goods, excluding your transportation on the month over month was expected to be 0.2. Came in at 0.6, way higher. So looking good there. What about initial jobless claims? We were back. This is up to date. This is weekly. We were at 220,000. They revised that up to 222,000 for how many people filed for weekly unemployment. Was expected to be 224 to 225,000. Came in well below at 216. So what do we have here? Break it down, Piper. We have jobless claims not as bad as what they thought it would be. Okay. And then we have durable goods better than they thought it would be, meaning macro pillars, economic pillars of manufacturing and production and, retail and orders and all that good stuff, stronger than they thought it would be. Jobs claims, they thought it was better than they thought it would be. So we see strength showing here, some signs of strength in labor market, some signs of strength in the economy, which means now they have to look at inflation. Are they going to cut rates or not? And guess what? Flashbang coming your way, it went up. So now it looks like we are likely to get a rate cut again. 83% chance of a rate cut in December. Even Poly Market is now showing us at an 83% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. Only a 1% chance of 50 basis point rate cut for December. So very likely going to get a rate cut in December. Of course, there's no data tomorrow, Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Friday, half market day. Also, nothing coming out then. Next data we're going to get is going to be next week. It's going to be manufacturing from ISM. That'll be Monday, December 1st, kicking off the new month. And then we're going to get weekly employment change on Wednesday and some import-export prices. Not a whole lot of data next week until Friday. Friday is when we're going to get September's 3-month-old at this point PCE data in the Michigan consumer sentiment. So a lot of old data coming in, but it is data that we have not seen yet. So that's all coming in next week. And I think that's about all I got there on that. Awesome. Let's jump back over to the chat cam, see who all we got in here, see if I missed anything. Cool. But have you talked about JP Morgan's Bitcoin backed bonds? I have not. And I saw that. It's interesting because we talked about Bitcoin bonds a while ago, but I haven't looked into it yet. I've been spending time with family. I got family that came in last night and was hanging out with them. So my mother-in-law's here. So my son's grandma is here. So we're going to be, Zach's going to sit down with his grandma and try to tell her about Bitcoin. I'm just joking. She knows about this stuff. Kevin Hassett tapped as potential Fed chair. He will do whatever Trump wants. Fact, I believe that. That's why I'm thinking like May, June. Whatever the date is of let me see. What is the date of the rate cuts after that period? So May, he takes over. June 9th is the first rate cut date after, because there isn't one in May. So June 9th would be the first rate cut FOMC date after we would get our new Fed chair. So good to know. Yeah, that's that. Let me go back to the chart. There we go. Boom shakalaka. And let's see what we got here. You know what it is. What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Good to see you here. You know what it is. I doubt it. We're seeing a text switch. Yep, I see that too. Did I miss anybody in here? Did I miss anything important? Are you on Repiper? That is important. Follow on Repiper on X. Or not. Whatever. I don't care. Let's go talk about Bitcoin cycles and why I still think that there's a relevance to the 4-year cycle until it invalidates, until it does. And we are on a 4-year cycle until we're not. How about that? Let's go throw on the price ranges here. Are you the right one? Are you the one that I want? Let's go there. Nope, not you. Go back there. BTC. Date range, date range, date range, and Meyer. There we go. This is why I think that we are still on a 4-year cycle. You know, who was it? Bob. Bob, I think it was. Bob, this is why I still think that until we prove this indifferent, until this changes, why I still say we have to follow the patterns that exist, right? If you take a look here at 539, there we go. If you take a look here at what we had back in the first cycle, and I'll just bring this in, we'll put this back in logarithmic. There we go. And we'll bring this down and we'll bring it all on board. Take a look at the first cycle here from the bottom to the halving, about 371 days. From that halving to the top, about 371 days. Mirrors it, okay? Cool. First time, hey, look, it was the same amount of time from there to there as it was from there to there. We have this whole period in between, from top to bottom, right? We go into the bottom of the cycle, into halving, 539 days. 539 days later, we hit near the top. Okay. All right, cool. That was ironically similar. We look at the third time here, 518 days from the bottom of the cycle, or where we bottom to our halving, 518 days. Came pretty damn close to the top there. We're talking about 1 month difference there. Bottom here in 2022 to the halving, 518 days, 518 days after the halving. It's about 1 week off from our top right there. And so that matches up really well. But there's another spectrum here going from bottoms to bottoms. Okay. And if we take a look at the bottom of the market here, where we hit our bottom here, I can't draw today. Our bottom here to our bottom here, 1,428 days. Bottom here to our bottom here, 1,442 days. Average of that, 1,435. That would put us around October for our bottom of 2026. So no alt season, bro. Not too many tokens, not enough liquidity. Simple math. Simple math. Waves. That's what you'll get for alts. This alt sector will pump. This alt sector will pump. It's going to be a wave across the tide. Not enough to raise all the boats. And so, yeah, what I'm looking at here, until this invalidates, if we come back and we go, you know what? Bitcoin did a nice pullback, 50% pullback, and bounces on this 50% here. This is a fib pull from the bottom of the cycle to the top, and then 50% retracement would put us at about 70,000. If we bounce it around 70,000 and we take off to a new high, well, then it looks like we have an extension of what happened here, because this was a 50% pullback back in 2021. And that hit a 52 week, and then we went up and set a new all-time high. Let's say that that's where we are now. Okay. We get the same thing here. We get a 50% pullback. It hits the $70,000, $74,000 range, gives us a bounce there, and we take off to a new high. Or even if we don't even go that low, we do it here in the 30% retracement area, normal pullback. Then sure, this absolutely comes in line and invalidates the 4-year cycle, and then we go from there. We don't just go, I don't believe that to be the case, and so therefore it is not a possibility that I look at. It's just not how you do analytics. You have to look at all things, whether you like it or not. Your opinion is your bias. So you got to get past bias. So, and then when you get new information, put it into your analytical cycle, process it, and start it over to go, okay, now we have new info. What do we do with this, and how do we move forward with this knowledge, right? And so that's what I'm watching for now. As of right now, we still have to assume that the 4-year cycle is a thing, plausibly, and that we are looking at how it has played out historically. So until we get a change of that, for example, every cycle we've broken the 52-week simple moving average, okay, with the exception of one cycle here. With the exception of the first cycle here, where we broke it, and we came back in and rejected off of the bull market support band. Every cycle after that, we have broken the 52-week simple moving average, retested, came down, can you draw? Jeez, man. We came back and retested the 52-week and then continued on for the bear market crypto winter, okay? Back here this cycle, we broke the 52 week, came back to retest it, went into the crypto winter, the bear market cycle. Right now, unlike what we saw here where we came down to it and bounced, that's what we've done this whole cycle. Now we've broken this. So again, another cycle trend. If we come back and we break above the 52 week instead of rejecting off of it, then it is possible that we have broken the trend cycles, whether it be called a 4-year cycle or whatever. Then we can say, okay, look, we broke this. Now we're getting a retest on support and we're taking off. Now we have new data. That's why we're dollar cost averaging every single week with the Piper plan, because we don't want to be without exposure because we don't know what's going to happen at all. Like we have zero. No one knows. If anyone tells you this is what's going to happen because of this, and they don't put the words likely, possible, plausible, then they're wrong. And that's just all there is to it. They don't know anything because no one has a crystal ball and no one can see the future. That's why we prepare and have our exposure at every turn that we can, making sure that we're continuing to dollar cost average on. I need to fix that wrong sentence. Making sure that we dollar cost average as we come down, and we do dynamic dollar cost averaging, which means the further we pull into lower risk bands, we multiply times 2, times 3, times 4 on our weekly DCA. So we're always prepared for it, right? We're getting our exposure, and the deeper we go, the harder we go. Go ahead and put that out there. There you go. But we are also doing, we're also preparing for the crypto winter by doing that. And we're preparing for a break up cycle and a run up into new highs, just based on, because we're buying to preparing for it. And if it goes up and it takes off again, guess what? I'm okay with that. Why am I okay with that? Because I would rather feed a winner than to feed a loser. Feeding losers is great if you're into something like Bitcoin, but if you're feeding something that may never come back to an all-time high, like, I don't know, Shiba Inu, you're probably wasting your time and your money. I'm okay with feeding a loser on Bitcoin. Anything else, I will wait until Bitcoin shows strength, and then I'll feed a winner, because winners, you can dollar cost average up. If it's going to be a winner and you feel it's going to be a winner, it's going to continue to make you money on every time that you buy in. So just like but a loser, you're positioning for down the road, right? So I'm always better. I'm always more happy to feed a winner than I am a loser. Check out the chat. That's about all I got there. I showed Nvidia. I think we're good. Can we base things off of history until it diverges from history? Absolutely. That's it. Can only base things off of history until it diverges from history. They don't know what the F they're doing. DDT, what's up, bro? Hey, DDT, did you take a look through the PDF document? What'd you think of it? Did you read through it? Facts. No one knows what's going to happen. That's why I'm always saying likely, possibly change. There's actually a Harvard document on the percentages, like likely is 20% or possible is 50%. There's a Harvard document on what those words actually mean in the analytics world. I don't remember it all. It's been a while since I read it, way back in the day in the Army. But yeah, there's actually a Harvard document out there. What percentage of likelihood does each word mean in Harvard analytics? So what's up, Ball and Wally? You said I'm late. You are late. I saw Alex, though. He said, I love winter. Dude, you live in Canada. It's always winter. It's always winter. They don't know. Melissa, One Love. What's up, One Love? How you doing? Veritex in here. Appreciate you. Wick's wife, fine, 89. She's not Wick's wife, fine, 89 anymore because we don't get the full names, but she just dropped 5 Hyper Academy memberships. Trade Intuition, picking up 1. French Toaster. Who is that? Selland Anderson, whatever. I can't even read that. Sorry. Jesus Saves and Crypto Des. I appreciate you guys. Awesome. And thank you very much, Wick's wife, fine 89. You are amazing. So yeah, guys, I got a turkey to cook. I got a ham to smoke. I got mashed potatoes to make, red skin potatoes. I got to make into mashed potatoes. Got to get all of my cheese shredded because I'm making my oven baked mac and cheese. We're going to be doing some stuffing. I got some cornbread stuffing that we're making. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I do all the cooking in my house, if you guys don't know. I love to cook. I want to do a book, and I think I told you guys this before. I want to do a book called Kitchen Therapy and other recipes for PTSD, and get a bunch of veterans to send in their recipes and tell a little bit about themselves so that we can put the book together. And so when you open the book, you got like, oh, look, this veteran here submitted this recipe. This is a little thing about them. Let's check out this written. And so it's a book of recipes. Could I call it Kitchen Therapy? I like to go in the kitchen and cook a lot. It helps my brain unwind some stuff, gets me away from all the things that keep it all tied up. And so, yeah, I love to go cook. So one of these days I'll do that book though. And when I do, I'm going to put it out there and do like 15% of all sales going to Wounded Warrior Project and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys joining us today. I'm going to let you go because I got a lot of stuff to do, but I love all you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You're why I get up and do this every morning. Trust me. I had money hit my account this morning that told me you don't have to get up and do this, but I'm still here. I'm still here doing it every day because I care about you guys learning some stuff, man. And if I can take my analytics kept people alive for 22 years in the Army in some of the worst places on the planet, 4 combat tours, almost 5 years total deployed time in combat zones. And my intel kept people alive. I would like to use it now for good purposes to help my analytics help you make money. So that's why I'm here every day. I appreciate you guys, and we'll be back here. I will not be live tomorrow. BC Pork Corp will be live tomorrow, and he's doing a giveaway tomorrow. So make sure you check him out. I think it's at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, I think he said. Maybe. I don't know. Put it in the chat, Blackie Chan, but you're going live tomorrow, as you said. So I will not be live tomorrow. I will be back on Friday. Until next time, guys, trade safe, use some risk management, peace, love, profits. And remember, it's a cycle until it invalidates that it's not a cycle. So I appreciate you all. We'll catch you guys then. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Later.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. Ow, ow, ow.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude. Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?